Welcome to the Hudson County Show. Pat O'Melia here, your concerned Hudson County residents. As you can hear, I'm getting over a cold. We do this show live. You're watching it live on live stream. You're watching it on YouTube, Facebook. We had a problem. Are we set on that, by the way? Live. We're all back on our regular. Yeah, we had a problem on the Jersey City show between YouTube and Facebook, but I guess we have that settled now. And we're on livestream.com. Take a moment, go to livestream.com, download the app. You can watch on your smartphone, your tablet, your web-enabled TV, and there's a ton of other programming there. So download that for your own enjoyment. Plus, we archive all our shows there. Our own website is HMG TV Shows, where you can click and see everything we're working on and all the different shows and all the different hosts. From inside Hollywood, I'm looking at that set over here, to Med Center. For that matter, we're going to try to remember to remind people that after our show today on Comcast and on Optimum, you have Med Center on channel 190 and on Comcast and channel 18 on Optimum. So stay tuned. Well, actually, you're in Jersey City. You're watching me live on channel 190. The rest of Hudson, because of Optimum, they're actually coming out of the dark ages. We can now upload our shows via file transfer protocol. Took them a long time. Comcast is way ahead of them on technology, Optimum. So I'm hoping in 10 years we'll be able to broadcast live on Optimum networks. But we are live on Facebook and YouTube and live stream. In Bayonne, when we do the debate, I'm going to talk about that. We're putting a few other crinkles into that debate. Today, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about New York waterways, Hoboken, New Jersey Transit, and Governor Murphy. They're all involved in this dry dock deal. You have everything's on the water. You got a ferry that Mayor Davis is ferry service trying to get into Bayonne, and not sure it's the best program. What happens when you have short-term thinking? And it's been one of the problems with Bayonne going back from Joe Doria to a degree, but Smitty and into Jimmy Davis. You're going to rent land that you used to own in Bayonne. Mayor Fulop is being challenged in courts over his demo ban, so we're going to talk about that a bit. I'm in favor of his demo ban. Governor Murphy just announced an additional $100 million in the war on the opioid epidemic. Most of that money going into rehabilitation programs, preventive programs. My problem is, where did that money come from? It's not like we found an additional $100 million. So that's coming somewhere else. And, we'll talk about the debates. And one of the other things I want to talk about, taxes. Mayor Fulop, he was our guest on Tuesday's show, talking about keeping taxes flat, and Jimmy Davis did the same thing in Bayonne. But really, are your taxes staying flat? That we're going to discuss. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. Now I got my watch on. So I have taping watches. Now, my daughter gave me this watch a long time ago, daughter Gina, and I usually watch it when I tape. I usually wear this watch when I'm taping. Most of the time I have a Timex. I am a collector of watches. But the best watch you can have is a Timex. For a day in, day out, it is Timex. I got them on my notes back. Yeah, when you do a live show, You know, it's like a fire drill getting to air. And I mean, we were fire drilling it up today because I was down in the other studio yesterday helping an old friend of mine, Louis Manzo. He has a new book coming out, Irish Lullaby. We were recording some voiceovers for him. He was doing voiceovers for radio commercials, I believe. And some other political people stopped by to discuss what's going on in Hudson County. Yes, Hudson County people riding down the seaside. It wasn't even good weather. It was cold down there. It was raining. Really cold. For that matter, we put A-frames out in the parking area so you can park for free. One of the things we worked out with the town, I do a lot of work with the town, our A-frames were getting blown away. And these are big A-frames, and they were still getting blown away. Let's go over to Hoboken. There is a piece of land, the New York Dry Dock. It has been a dry dock since the days of sailing ships, the skipper ship. Hoboken has a long maritime history. It was piers. It was on the waterfront with Marlon Brando. For that matter, in our weekly shows, when we were doing that years ago, we had people on who were in the movie on the waterfront. It was filmed there, It is one of the last connections to Hoboken's history is the dry dock. New York Waterways has to move their maintenance facility from Weehawken to a new location. And they worked it out here to come to Hoboken. It's a convoluted deal. New York Waterways is buying the land, but they're selling New Jersey Transit. Then they'll release it back from New Jersey Transit. And Hoboken wants to stop this because they don't want the maintenance facility there, even though they enjoy the ferry service, because they want to put another park there and a waterfront walkway. Not thinking about ratables for the people of Hoboken, because you're getting killed taxation-wise in Hoboken. And you keep creating parks that aren't utilized that much, and that takes away from your ratable base. Now, you like the ferry service. You want to keep your taxes low, so you would think you would want the ferries to be there in their maintenance facility, which has always been a maintenance facility, dry dock. You pull the ships in, you do the repairs. And it's not like they were going to be repairing coal ships or oil tankers. They're friggin' maintaining ferries. And there's probably a lot of maintenance in ferries. Now, Hoboken is against it. They want to have the park. This is a hangover from Zimmer into Ravi Bali. If you can talk to the Hoboken people on the side, their officials, they'll say, this is probably the best use. We don't want to keep losing ratables, but no one wants to become part of the anti. They all want to be part of the reformers, but even the reformers are starting to realize it's too friggin' expensive in Hoboken. Enter Governor Murphy. Governor Murphy is wielding his magic behind the scenes. Hoboken just last night rescinded their vote to acquire the land, dry dock. They were going to negotiate it for $11 million. If that wasn't going to work, they were going to go on eminent domain. So they did an about face, basically a never mind. No, never mind. We didn't do that. New Jersey Transit canceled their meeting where they were going to vote to acquire the land. So this is all Murphy in the background. What is the end game? If Murphy didn't have an end game, he wouldn't have gotten involved. Now, New Jersey Transit's going to listen to Governor Murphy because Governor Murphy just came up with an additional $244 million in money for the New Jersey Transit budget. Now, remember when I said before about money coming from other areas? Again, the $244 million, we didn't come up with $244 million. You didn't pull this out of the drawer somewhere and say, all right, we got this new money, we'll give it to New Jersey Transit. That money's coming from other areas. And the problem with the other areas is we don't have new revenue yet. There's no marijuana retail. There's no sports betting. None of that's happened yet. So that 240 is coming from somewhere. Just hasn't said where. Now, New Jersey Transit's going to listen to whatever Governor Murphy says because he's got the purse strings. I believe the end game will be New York Waterways will get the land. They'll get to enjoy it, and they're going to the amenities come in. Yes, we're going to have a maintenance facility, but we're going to have a fishing pier. Now, I'm old-time Jersey City. You know, to fish in the Hudson River or the Hackensack River was a form of suicide. You know, you weren't going to eat anything, and they'd be like Springfield fishes if they came out of the Hudson River, and that's a inside Simpsons joke there. I don't know if anybody really fishes in the Hudson River, but they're gonna put a fishing pier in there alongside their maintenance facility, and they're gonna have a kayak launch so you can kayak the Hudson. You know, I thought we were city people. You know, kayaking. If you're gonna kayak in Hudson County, I think that's Secaucus. I don't think that's Hoboken or Jersey City. Well, I might be wrong. I'm from a different era. I believe we live in a city, and there's city activities. You don't see people rolling along with kayaks in the city, but who am I to argue? I believe New York Waterway will get that facility. They need it because probably the next closest location for their maintenance facility would be Bayonne. And that's putting a lot of travel time to service these units, to fuel these units, to do whatever running repairs have to be done, and that would affect the time schedule. That would affect your fares to go on New York waterways. It is an important mode of transportation now, especially for Hoboken people, especially with the path. There's always some signal problems. You know, we have a transit issue in the Northeast. And as soon as everybody can get on the same page, again, the Gateway Tunnel, you know, Trump's coming up with $500 million, and the state's got to come up with their billions. We really have to address it. The path itself needs to be upgraded. You know, in my lifetime, the last time that was upgraded was when the trade centers originally were being built. That's when the Port Authority took over the tubes. We need, better bridges, better tunnels, but we need money for that. But right now, you need New York waterways. And I believe that is the best purpose for that land, to have the maintenance facility there. And again, it's not like you're doing oil tankers, you're doing ferry ships here. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'm here. My little fidgety things. I got my watch. I got to have my watch on so I can play with it. Fix my collar, pull my lapels. Let's go over to Bayonne. Beep, 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 beep. Again, ferries. Bayonne is interested in acquiring ferry service. They put out, I think, an RFP, a request for proposals, for ferry operators. I don't know if New York Waterway will do it or whoever operates ferries. Eventually, ferries will come back to Jersey City. There's a lot of work going on down at Newport on their waterfront. Again, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. Now, Bayonne has entered an agreement with the Port Authority for land at the old MOT, land that they previously owned. Now, again, this is where the short-sightedness of Bayonne comes into play through administration. One of the reasons, when you look at North Bergen or Union City, they got long-term planning. There's no short game in Union City or North Bergen. They play the long game, Mayor Sacco and Mayor Stack, because they intend on being there when the long game is over. They're going to be there at the end, too. Sacco and Stack will be the mayors of North Bergen for as long as they want. They are idolized in their towns. Yeah, you can try to run at these guys politically. They earn the respect that they receive. Bayonne, it's a constant changeover from Joe Doria to Smitty to Jimmy Davis, and you got an election next month. So nobody gets really to put their plan into place. Like even in Jersey City, Mayor Fulop here is on his second term. But I think even Fulop, who said he would only run 2 terms, is looking at it saying, you know, I need more time to finish the vision I have for Jersey City, and I'm not going to get it done in 2 terms. I probably need a 3rd term. In Bayonne, there isn't that type of stability. That stability is limited to North Bergen Union. Say, I guess you could put Richie Turner and Weehawken. You never hear anything with Weehawken. Richie runs a pretty tight ship up there. Since we're being nautical today, these guys have long-term plans. Now, in Bayonne, because there's always a constant turnover, they don't have the long game. So they sell the MOT, or they lease the MOT. They need to plug a budget hole because of horrible management from administration to administration. Jimmy Davis just had to plug a $15 million hole because of a deal that fell through last year. So they're always chasing money, and what do? They sell the MOT, or they sell the water department to Suez. Eventually run out of things on the shelf to sell. Now, Jimmy Davis, now it could be election year stuff going on. Got a campaign. Wants to have a ferry in Bayonne. Not to the extent that you see in other towns like Hoboken or in Weehawken. And it'll be like a one ferry slip there. They entered a deal with Port Authority. I'm sure there's an out in it for $200,000 a year plus 15% of the parking. But I think they're renting about an acre and a half, and the berth. I think there's like 120 for the land and 80 for the berth, and it's like one ferry at a time, and there's going to be a parking lot. They own this land. Even if they sold the land at one time, somebody in Hoboken, now the internal management of Hoboken always seems to stay the same. It's always the same names. The mayor may change, the BA may change, but everybody else seems to say. You know, somebody should have said, you know, this ferry thing is really working out for Hoboken and Weehawken, and New York Waterways is working out, even though at one time they were on bankruptcy, New York Waterways, but things improved. This is a viable means of transportation. I know there's ferry service running from, I think, New York to Monmouth County now. We should put some stipulation into our land sales, or when we deal with the Port Authority, that, you know, if we ever get the urge to have a ferry terminal, that we can have one here, free of charge. Now, what's free of charge? Anything free of charge? You look at Jersey City, again, where you see the long-term vision that Mayor Fulop has. When he came into office, he went right at the Port Authority in Jersey City, because, you know, the Port Authority has a ton of land and operations in Jersey City, from the Pat Center on Journal Square to the Holland Tunnel. You know, we get the business end of the Holland Tunnel in Jersey City. You may not have noticed, but the tolls are on the Jersey City side. So when traffic backs up, it's on the Jersey City side, not on the New York side. There's no tolls on that side. We get the bad end of the stick. Mayor Fulop went right after them. Whatever properties they had in Jersey City, whatever operations they had, Mayor Fulop wanted money. They're here tax-free because they're by state agency, blah, blah, blah. Mayor Fulop filed a $400 million lawsuit against the Port Authority. Now, Steve didn't get $400 million, but he extracted some money, and it'll probably come out to about $17 million a year if everything falls right. Now, as it stands now, you know, he's going to get tax on land that we didn't get before. Steve wants to play the long game, and he started that long game 5 years ago. Now he's got more than he had before. The Port Authority in Bayonne is sitting on a ton of land that they own. Now, again, Bayonne sold the land to them because they needed money. You know, you got the Port Authority owns the piers. You got the Bayonne Bridge. How much more of an inconvenience can this friggin' thing have been to the people who live near that bridge? For $200,000 a year, you don't think somebody in Bayonne should have said, hey, listen, we're not getting anything tax-wise from your properties. Throw us the bone here. Somebody should have said, hey, look what Jersey City did. They're getting money from the Port Authority. We're getting nada. We're actually going to give the Port Authority money here. This is not, should there be ferry service into Bayonne? Sure. Yeah, yeah. I think you have one bus now coming out of Bayonne. Used to be a lot of buses in the old days. I think it's the 119. Not a bus guy. I never was a bus guy. In my 12 years old, I had a friggin' car. Buses were never for me. It's hard getting around Hudson County because we have horrible mass transit. We don't have subways. That's why when they always talk about New York City, what New York City does, we should do here. Well, we don't have subways, so forget about the mass transit. Nor do we have the road systems that New York City has. But nobody brings that up. I think it's a good idea for the people of Bayonne. But it shouldn't cost the people of Bayonne any money. They should have been able to go to the Port Authority and say, listen, this is what we're planning to do. You're a good neighbor, and you're not giving us any kind of, tax money here. We need to do what Jersey City. It's what you did for Jersey City with Mayor Fulop. This is what we'd like to see you do here in Bayonne. Was that done? Guess not, because you're spending $200,000 a year. And the other thing, hopefully if you're a Bayonne resident, you can get some sort of a discount. But was that negotiated? Probably not. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
We be back. We be the Hudson County Show. We be out of voice almost. Yeah, winter's got to stop. Even today, it's like 40. It's like April. What is it? April the 5th? It's like 40 degrees outside. They're talking about snow again this weekend. Winter's got to end. Oh, man. I got a flu shot and still getting a cold. And yesterday, I was down in Seaside, the studio. I didn't feel that bad yesterday. When I was doing the Jersey City show, I'm surprised I didn't start a great sneezing attack there. But as I closed the show, the cold was getting the best of me. Now, I don't know if I'm getting rid of it or I'm on the tail end of it now, but my voice is questionable. Talking about my main man, Mr. Fulop. He was our guest Tuesday. He had a pretty good interview there. I got to start bringing in the mayors more, especially on the Hudson County Show. You don't see Stack. You don't see Fulop. Fulop, Sacco. And we can bring him in on the webcam. So we got to start doing more of this. For that matter, we got to get Sacco to use the computer. He was talking about doing the interviews on his tablet. No, you got to be hardwired in. Now, listen, Wi-Fi is great. Wi-Fi not plugged in hardwire-wise, not so great when you're trying to do interviews. Mayor Fulop has a legal challenge going on right now. He put a ban on demolition for new construction, and it is a problem in Jersey City. And again, it could be Fulop again when I was talking about long-term vision. Fulop has heard the complaints about the cookie cutters. I don't know where we got the Bayonne box house. That's a new term to me. We always call them the cookie cutters. They have been a scourge in Jersey City for the last 10 years at least. Yeah, you have property rights. You own a property. You want to upgrade your property. That's fine. But what's happening is people are speculating, building these properties, selling these homes, and making a quick profit. They're really flipping brand new houses. And the housing market has been booming in Jersey City. They will go and buy a house, and they're paying steep bucks too, $600,000, knock the house down, and build another house there for like $850,000, $900,000 two-family home, but none of them were two-family. Well, they actually advertised it as bonus apartments. two-family home with a bonus apartment. Whoa, what is a bonus apartment? Where do you have one? Is it an inflatable bonus apartment? Where is it? No, it's built into the friggin' house. Our inspectors should see this. There's a setback issue. The garages, well, they can be easily turned into studio apartments. Mayor Fulop is now cracking down on it. But the biggest scourge we have in Jersey City to the cookie cutters is it takes parking out of the rotation. When you're coming down the street and there's no driveways, the roulette game, you might find a spot because that 14 feet of space, it may be open when you come home. But if there's a driveway, it's out of the rotation forever. No driveway, you got a shot of parking there. That really exasperated a parking problem in the Heights, and I'm a Heights guy. Fulop now sees that, even though Mayor Fulop in his interview is saying, because I got a problem with parking. Parking is the number one priority in Jersey City. Mayor Fulop can turn a blind eye to it and cover his ears when we talk about we need parking. When he's like, well, 40% of the city don't have cars. Well, that's 40% of them are BSing you, because any of these new developments I've seen built, and again, the cast iron lofts, Jersey Avenue and 18, there's like tons of cars around there. Before cast iron lofts, there were no cars there. So those people, obviously, who moved in from New York went out and bought cars as soon as they got here. Whoa, in Jersey City, that's a place to park. Oh, buy a car. So Mayor Fulop is trying to stem the cookie cutters, the loss of the parking, plus the illegal apartment. Now, I asked Mayor Fulop, because we just did a revow, and we had inspectors enter the houses to do an assessment of the value. Now, the inspectors, I don't know if they're into zoning at all. They're looking at the house, you got 2-family, 3-family, 4-family, got 3 kitchens, 4 kitchens, blah, blah, blah. Well, a lot of information goes back to the city. Now, the city's looking at, it's an R2 up in the Heights, up on Liberty Avenue. Wait a minute here. R2, it's got 4 kitchens. We have 4 dwellings. We have the information now from the rebound as to where a good percentage of the illegal apartments are. You'll find most of them in the cookie cutters. But now, and I want to just throw the cookie cutters as the illegal apartments. Almost every house, a building in the Heights has an illegal apartment. In the old days, it was the basement, and there was always illegal apartments. We have that information now. So Mayor Fulop is looking at this. He's not telling everybody, but he probably is now looking at the rebound number saying, we got an issue with these cookie cutters of Bayonne boxes, plus that people are going to, eventually hang me if I don't do something about the parking in these streets. So he put a moratorium on. You can't demo an existing structure for the sake of building a new one for 6 months until he can revise our zoning and our building ordinances, so forth and so on. We've got to bring them up to the concerns of the city now. Not what was in the 90s or 2000. What are the concerns of the people in Jersey City now? And that's what Fulop is listening to. He's done his little listening tour where he goes to ward to ward. He tries to avoid me because it's always with me, parking. I told him in the interview, Little North Bergen has more municipal parking than Jersey City. How the F is that possible? Well, Mayor Fulop has sold a lot of these lands, a lot of our parking lots. For budgetary reasons, development reasons, so forth, so on. You got a new courthouse coming. A lot of the parking lots were sold there. None of that money was reinvested back into parking. Now, he spoke about a parking deck on Central Avenue in Jersey City. It'll be part of a residential development. Well, where do you think those people living in those residential units are going to park? Right now, there's a big parking lot there where everybody can park and shopping. But right now, he is under attack from the courts. I think he will survive the attack from the courts. But what Mayor Fulop and all the municipalities of Hudson have to do, and actually all through the state, because I host the Tom's River Show, and they have an overdevelopment situation there. They have the same thing with traffic and parking, blah, blah, blah. They have to look at the zoning and the building codes and the culture of the city and the look of the city. Now, Fulop is actually talking about historic aspects of many of these homes. Actually, in Jersey City, if your house is 150 years old, there's a bunch of rules and regulations that have to go into play to demo that. Fulop is talking about 50 years old. But one of the things, now again, I'm not knocking the architecture or the look of these cookie cutter homes, but they stand out on the block because they don't fit the neighborhood. If you're going to build a new house, it should have some continuity with the neighborhood. But all the towns in the city have to go back and look at their zoning and their ordinances. One of the things I will say, you want to stop the demos, put the moratorium in that there's no driveway, no garage to the new development, that new construction. See how fast that stops. There's a moratorium that I can't put a driveway in front of my house, and I got the room. But a new construction can, and that's not fair to all of us. We all have the same property rights. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Pen & Pencil Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at penandpencilproperties.com. Pen & Pencil Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We be back. We be Hudson County Show. We be live on livestream.com, Facebook, YouTube, Comcast Channel 190. Let's go talk some of the good things that are going on. My friends at the North Bergen Public Library, who have constant stuff, and then we'll do a little politics. North Bergen Library programs, all main library. Let's talk about A Taste of Greece. You got some Greece going on, baby? Is that the movie? No, that's a park there. That's Braddock Park. There we go, Taste of Greece. What we got going on? That's on May the 19th. You got to put these on your calendar. We'll have these reads going on through the spring here. At 1 p.m., I'm not sure what we're doing at the Taste of Greece there. I'm sure it has something to do with food. Good Greek food. I like Greek food. Most of your diners are Greek. You want Greek food? Go to the Coach House. Don't go for the corned beef and cabbage, but I've had my issues with the Coach House over the years. Greek food, they're good with that. All right, with ShopRite, Live Right with ShopRite. This is on April the 24th at 6:30. This is the North Bergen. Which ShopRite is? Does it say? Or is this all going to be at the library? I guess the ShopRite people. This is in Sarah, ShopRite. One of my hangouts, helping my seniors. I'm at ShopRite in Hoboken quite a bit, at least twice a week. Great store. I like how they set things up in there. They really got better ShopRites in Ocean County, where they got really good appetizer section, hot and cold food. You don't have that in the Hoboken ShopRite. But on April the 24th, 6:30 at the public library, they're going to show you how to eat right, how to cook right. All at ShopRite. ShopRite, ShopRite. Well, I mean, that's an old one from the 70s when I worked for Singer ShopRite. How about some dancing? Want to do a little dancing, a little salsa dancing on April the 7th? Hey, that's this weekend, I think, right? Saturday. Get you a little salsa going. Oh, baby. I don't know if that was salsa dancing. Not sure what that is. Let's Dance Salsa. April the 7th at 3 p.m. At the North Bergen Public Library. Remember, go to their website. You get more information, more times, more details. Ray has got stuff going on at that library all the time, and you might actually want to check out a book. I'm sure they have some books. But I want to go to the library just to film to see if they have some books there. Paint and Sip what we got here? Paint and sip. What is this? This is on April the 21st at 3 p.m. Soon we're going to do some painting and we're going to do some sipping. Again, it's Cyrea at the North Bergen Public Library. That's like a 7-day, 365. It might be 24 hours for all I know at the North Bergen Public Library. We got a library murder mystery on April the 14th next week at 6 p.m. You're invited. You go there. You could probably just hang out at the library there. There is something going on literally every day. And for that matter, when you're marking this on your calendar and you have an open day, just go anyway, because I'm sure something is going on. Movie of the month, Spider-Man. Oh, a new one, Spider-Man Homecoming. That's the new one. That's with the Holland kid. I watch it all the time on DirecTV. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Got my man Iron Man in there, too. I don't know if we'll ever have another Iron Man movie, but they put Iron Man like into every Marvel movie. I think we even got more, right? Oh, yes, we do. National Library Week. All right, let's go. National Library Week. That's from April the 9th through April the 13th. Like I said, go to the website, North Bergen Township website, click on the library, and there's look at this. I'm just looking at the flyer here. There's stuff going on constantly at this place. You got a community job fair if you're looking for work. April the 25th, later on the end of this month. Bring your resume, go to the job fair. You don't know. Even if you're gainfully employed, you want to try to move up the ladder, check it out. Again, go to the website. Let's see, book signing. We got a book signing by Jacqueline Simon Gunn on April the 16th. What's the book? I don't know what the book is. Forever. Forever. Okay. Buy a book, get it signed by the author. We got business portraits. Business portraits, I'm not sure what this is about. We throw this stuff out there. You might be interested. But again, I cannot emphasize more. Go to the website, get the information. And Library Month events, all colored in all the other posters. Look at the dates here. You got April the 7th, April the 16th, April the 14th, April the 21st. Why do I have April the 16th, then April the 14th? How did we jump that? Somebody didn't do a good job on this flyer here. They usually keep them chronological. But when it comes to the North Bergen Public Library, there is something going on every day. We become a U.S. citizen, you can do that at the library. It's a 15-week senior citizenship course. You want to become a citizen? Take the course. It'd be interesting to have a citizen take the course. I should send one of my guys there to see how well they would do. Because I know there was one of these tests that I took, and I was borderline if I would have become a citizen. Starting on April the 21st at the library. I think they're all on Saturdays. That's why it's 15 weeks. Again, go to the website. See what Cy Rayer and the gang at the North Bergen Public Library has going on. And there's always something going on. Speaking of going on, as you're probably aware, there was a bit of a political skirmish going on in Hudson County. Tom DeGeese will finish out his term here. He's got another year and a half to go. I don't know why we're jumping the gun so much. Well, I kind of do know why we're jumping the gun. But it's politics, though. No sense divulging into all of that. We'll have a new county exec. Who will it be? If I'm going to guess right now, I'll say Bill O'Day. The young blood of the organization, the Stacks and the Phillips, want a bigger piece of the pie, per se, here in Hudson County. And I believe eventually they will, but compromise has to be achieved. And I believe compromise is in the offering. No matter what happens, Stack is going to be the head of the HCDO. But there are always casualties when there's a war or a skirmish, whatever you want to call this. And as of right now, we're looking at casualties. Of course, Tom DeGeese. But I think Tom will be treated with respect as he comes to the end of his term. Actually, we should probably keep DeGeese somewhere around in the county just for his background and his knowledge of the county. Mayor Roque in West New York, things are looking a little tight for him there. It's commissioner of form of government. The commissioners can vote him out as mayor. Nick Sciabolati in Bayonne. And a little thin ice for that assembly seat. These look like the casualties. Will they be the casualties going forward? Only time will tell. But hopefully, compromise will be achieved. Everybody will sing Kumbaya, and we'll move forward. You're watching the Hudson County Show. We're going to break for commercial. We'll be right back.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
I'm back. I'm live. You're watching this live. That's why we do it, because you're concerned and you want to watch it live, so we do it live. Live on Comcast 190 in Jersey City. Livestream.com, our base streaming service. Facebook, YouTube, Apple TV, Google Chromecast, the Roku system. We're everywhere. As I mentioned earlier, Governor Murphy's coming up with $244 million in additional funding for New Jersey Transit. He just announced another $100 million for the opioid situation here in New Jersey. Most of that going towards rehabilitation and programs, which is all well and good. Now, again, I come from a different generation, but I was saying yesterday to some of the politicals that we were talking to, the monies that we keep coming up with, well, we're going to get another $100 million for this opioid crisis. We don't have an extra $100 million in revenue. We didn't come up with $100 million. The 240 additional millions of dollars for New Jersey Transit, we didn't come up with an additional 240 million somehow. So where does that money come from? It comes from other programs. Now, Governor Murphy's main job should be reducing the property taxes in New Jersey. It actually is getting worse. But I just read an article about property values and home values in New Jersey. They're the same as they were in 2007. Think about it, 11 years and your home value is the same now. So if you were investing in your home and you were in other properties, and it didn't work out too well. The property taxes are stifling here in New Jersey. He has to start knocking that down. Steve Sweeney has some good ideas onto that. So hopefully these two minds can get together. Our senior services, they can't keep being cut to transcend the bus service for the seniors. Anything senior related. Like I said before, once you hit 70, that's it. You've done your time. You shouldn't have to pay anything. Yeah, hopefully you live those remainders of the year. You know, when people get into the 80s, only 20% of the people make it out of their 80s. Think about that. When you're looking at grandma, she's 84, only 20% of the people make it out of the 80s. We need to start looking at how we fund some of these causes. And I spoke about this on the Jersey City show last week, and I brought it up in the Tom's River show. We got to look at who we're helping and what causes we're helping, because, again, we pull monies from, seniors and the disabled. We shouldn't be doing that. We put monies into expunging criminal records, and all that costs money. We have these second chance programs where we'll get housing and job assistance for ex-cons, hopefully that they don't go back into prison. We really got to look at some figures and numbers on that to see, does this really work? Hopefully it does. Drug rehabilitation programs, Chrissy put $200 million in. Murphy just put in another $100 million in. Back again, another era, if you got strung out on drugs, you had to get yourself off them. Eventually, you got yourself into rehab, your cold turkey, whatever it was. you had to work at it. We're throwing tons of money at that, and we don't have new monies. We take that money from other programs. You know, it isn't like the old days when we were pumping out Atlantic City and the Meadowlands and the lotteries. You know, all that money is spent. That's why the marijuana revenue, if that comes into play, really that all should be earmarked for property taxes. Sports betting, if that comes into play, all should be earmarked. If we could get Atlantic City back to anywhere near where it was at one time, and that should be a real job one, that should go towards property taxes. You know, and when we were talking about this on the Jersey City show last week, I spoke about, you know, we really need to help the average person here in New Jersey, or nationwide, you know, a reset button. You know, there are people who may never recover from the crash in the late 2000s, 2008, 2009, 2010, where jobs were, you know, lost, people are underemployed or not employed. You know, they wiped out whatever savings they had, their credit accounts, their credit scores took a hit. You know, there were bankruptcies filed, foreclosures. New Jersey is #1 at foreclosures. Now, we're running around trying to help everybody, but we keep pulling that money out of other programs. I'd like to see a reset, and it was mentioned to me in conversations, well, you know, the banks would never go for a reset on credit scores. Listen, I mean, the same banks that we bailed out, sure they would. But we need our leaders to go and fight for everyone. You know, I don't want to sound like I have no sympathy or, you know, for any of these other causes, but the seniors and the guys and the gals and the families and the couples and the husbands and wives who are trying to make it here in New Jersey are getting crushed. We need to look at them. We need to look at lower and middle class and try to help them as much as we can, not keep throwing barriers at them. Can I help them with a reset? We should look into that. We bail out everybody else, and we come up with money for every other situation. Many brought on their, you know, the problems that they brought on themselves. Now, when it comes financial, you know, the economy went bad, the housing market went bad. You know, it's not like you could take yourself out of the economy. You're part of it. Some survived better than others. You know, it depends on how much money you had. You know, people are still underemployed. Somehow, I need to help those people. Again, I'm not knocking, you know, ex-cons coming out of jail or, you know, people that got strung out on drugs. I appreciate the efforts they have to make to get their lives back in order. But the average family who committed no crimes, who were not buying illegal drugs and got strung out, we need to help them too. And when it comes to the seniors and the disabled, we shouldn't be cutting anything on them. Now, New Jersey is a pretty wealthy state. There's a lot of money. There's something wrong when we're constantly broke and when we have to keep putting money in and putting money in. Well, when we say money into the state government, that's from jacking up the property taxes. You know, you got the state, you got the feds, you know, the state, the county, excuse me, let me take the feds out of this for now, they just reduce them. The state, the county, and the municipalities, and the first place everybody goes is the property taxes. Now, actually, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in the next segment about when they say we kept the taxes flat. Well, when you really look at it, the taxes aren't flat. What we need Murphy to do is get a handle on taxes. Shared services, he's got to make mandates. He's got to dictate to the counties and the municipalities and the state itself. We all have to pull on the same end of the rope to get a control on spending. Because, you know, controlling spending on one aspect of state, whether it's county or municipal, and you have the state jacking it up or have the municipalities jacking it up or the counties jacking it up, isn't working. All levels of government have to be pulling on the same end of the rope. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. We'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show live. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully we're informing you. Just getting back before I talk about flat taxes here. All aspects of government, from municipality to the county to the state, all what we can control in our little state, they can all work together, figure out how we can reduce the property tax burden on the people of New Jersey. Now, when your mayor says, I'm going to talk to Fulop and Jimmy Davis on this, the taxes are flat, there'll be no tax increase this year, and everybody does the little seal thing, that's not exactly true. Because Bayonne, Jimmy Davis kept, again, it's a campaign year. You don't want to raise taxes during your election season. But the Bayonne Board of Education just jacked the tax at 3%. We'll have that situation in Jersey City with the Board of Education. The county is going to come in and they're going to hit Jersey City with another 10 to 12%. That's why I'm not opposed to our mayors being assembly people and senators. These are the people I need in Trenton to say, wait a minute, I'm trying to manage my municipality here, doing what I can fiscally to keep the burden off my constituent, and I got the county or I got the state jacking it up. Everybody's got to pull on the same end of the rope. You need strong elected leadership. We have that in Saco. We have that in Stack. You can have that in Fulop. I could see Fulop being a state senator. I could see sending Fulop down there, along with Stack and Saco, three of the guys from Hudson County saying, listen, we're doing the best to keep our municipal budget in line here. I'm keeping taxes flat, but everywhere around me, the taxes keep going up. When you get your tax bill from municipality, again, Jersey City guy here, taxes went up. You got to look at it. School and the county keep going up. Now, Fulop's done what he can to keep the taxes flat, but Steve can do more, because if our budget keep going up 18, 20 million a year, the property owners in Jersey City should appreciate some of that millions of dollars a year that the budget can absorb. If the budget can get raised $18 million, some of those millions should go back. We shouldn't, just because we have it, spend it. That's why we need strong mayors who will stand up to the county or the state. And the only way I can get strong enough mayors to stand up to the state, if they have another title besides mayor. We made a mistake when we took the dual office holding. And it wasn't like these guys are making tons of money. You take Saco. I think Saco makes like 10 grand a year, the mayor of North Bergen. And the state senator, I think it's like 40-some-odd thousand. But to send that kind of experience, same thing with Stack, to send that kind of experience of managing the budget, dealing with the police union, dealing with all these other unions, and providing city services, that is so important when you're trying to run the state. That's the kind of experience I need down there. And like I said, when they talk about keeping the taxes flat, well, it's not. But your tax bill's going up. You got to control these expenses. And some of those municipal expenses are governed by the state. It's, the state passes these mandates. Well, if I had that leadership in Trenton through our mayors here, maybe they say, wait a minute on this mandate. Are you funding this mandate, and how are you going to fund it? Problem in Jersey City and a lot of our municipalities, there are unfunded mandates. And they got to get funded, so that's you. So that's why I need strong mayors who will stand up to their board. Like Steve Fulop kind of stayed away, what happened recently with the Board of Education. I don't want Fulop stepping away. I want Fulop at the effing meeting saying, listen, you got to get your house in order. I'm keeping my municipal government taxes flat. You're not going to raise it on my people in Jersey City. I'm the mayor of Jersey City. You guys are going to listen to me. Now, again, he's mayor, and they're like, well, there's a lot of state involved in the Board of Education here in Jersey City. That's why if I could put state senator with Mayor Fulop, that's what Glenn Cunningham had. And that kind of experience, when that kind of muscle, that would help. And it helps you when we can control the spending municipally and statewide. And like I said, it makes no sense. We're trying to hold the line here municipally, then have the county and the state come out and get you. Why it's important that we have strong mayors. And I think we got them here. We just got to, hate to say this, get them some steroids going. Put our mayors on steroids. April the 26th in Bayonne, the mayor's debate. We will be doing it live here. Now, Mr. Davis is trying to dance around that debate date. That debate will be live. Jason O'Donnell's already agreed to be in it. I want to bring it even more into the living rooms of Bayonne. Again, you're going to see it on YouTube and live stream and Facebook and Optimum. I'm going to make it interactive. We can do that. We have the technology. We can do it. I want the people of Bayonne to ask questions of these mayors. I want the people of Bayonne to comment on the debate as it's going. In progress. When you're watching it, you go on Twitter or your Facebook, you got some questions for the candidates, I'll cherry pick some of these. Because a lot of your questions probably be the same as mine. But commentary, as you make comments on the debate, we'll put them on the screen. Now, we're going to decide if we're going to put your handle or your name on there, but your comments will appear. I want this all-encompassing Bayonne. I want you to see these guys answering the tough questions. I want you to see them answering it live. And nothing is more daunting than those cameras and these lights live. This isn't some BFW hall where you can fit in 100 people. I'm going to get it to all 60-some-odd thousand people in Bayonne. Wherever you have a smartphone, a tablet, a web-enabled TV, or Optimum, you're going to see these debates, and you're going to see the questions from the people of Bayonne. You're going to see the comments from the people of Bayonne as that debate is in progress. So somebody's going to say, O'Donnell looks pretty nervous. It looks like he's sweating a lot. You're going to see that. You're going to see that. You're going to see, I didn't like how Davis didn't really answer that question truthful. You'll see those comments on the screen. We'll put them on the side, the middle, on the scroll on the bottom. But we are going to make this an interactive mayor's debate. And fortunately, since we don't have a lot of candidates, we'll be able to utilize that. We can use some of our monitors in a different manner here. It's not like when I was doing the council debates in Jersey City where we had 4 or 5 people. Actually, we only took 4 at a time in Jersey City. Why? Because we have 4 podiums. With the lesser amount of candidates, there's more we can do. So I'm going to make it interactive, something you probably haven't seen in a debate before. Actually, I haven't seen it. And I've covered a lot of debates. I've produced a lot. I didn't see it on presidential debates where the commentary is going on the bottom of the screen. You will see it here in the Bayonne debate, April the 26th, 7 p.m., live. All right, we're out of time. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you Tuesday on the Jersey City Show. Good night.